What's going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today is March the 27th. I want to give you a quick pre-market update, go over some of the hot movers and what big money is doing today. But first, you know the deal by now. Hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So starting off with data points. So let's get right to that. So GDP is coming out in roughly about 15-20 minutes. Forecast is 2.3. So that one's going to be a big one. I think out of the two data points, GDP and PCE will be more beneficial to the broader market if positive, but market right now is just fearful over tariffs. Of course, Trump did state about the auto tariffs. That's not a good kind of thing for the broader market. And then just it sounds as though there's going to be a escalation between Canada, Europe, and the States. So it's not going to be all that great for, I think, a day, unless there is more of a further clarity on what the tariffs are going to be, because a lot of these tariffs are going to be prompted on April the 2nd, and there's been a hell of a lot of analysts stating that these tariffs are going to really prompt a major recession. As I brought up in my pre-market video yesterday, even Bank of America is increasing their target on gold to about 3,500, which is insane. I think that, if you read between the lines, is insinuating that they anticipate a lot of blood in the market, a lot more than what has happened. So let me know your thoughts on that. Dow is up slightly, 0.15. S&P is down 0.16, and then NASDAQ is down 0.09. Fear and greed index is under the fear category, 29. So it's kind of peaked, if that makes sense. So I feel like with today, it might actually drag it down to the low end of fear, maybe 27 possibly, and then depending on PCE tomorrow, that might push it back to the extreme fear or potentially get it back to that 29. So we'll wait and see. Starting off though with SoFi, it is down almost 2%. No news associated to them today. No SEC filings. They are down largely because of Robinhood. As I've shared in my dedicated SoFi videos, SoFi has been rather bland. They're good at growth and they're doing good at what they are currently have under their portfolio, but essentially Robinhood is innovative. SoFi is not. Market seeing it as so, and so again, that's pretty much why SoFi is down so far this morning. But 12.95% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 139.46 million shares. I anticipate shorts to increase today, piggyback off of the broader fear, and just SoFi is not really innovative enough, if that kind of makes sense. Because you have to also keep in mind, so not only is Robinhood really developing and going to be a major contender now, but as I mentioned, even Bank of America and other big brick and mortar banks are starting to transition to digital. So they're going to be closing stores first half of 2025 and also second half as well, but mostly in this first half. And so SoFi is going to have a lot of competition. So they did have first mover advantage for the most part, and they just sat on it. So it's rather unfortunate, but with it at $12.78, it is right above this S2. So $12.72 will be a strong support. Just watch for that to hold throughout the day. If not, then you will be seeing more of a pullback into that $11 range, regrettably. But flip side, $13.59 is going to be the next strong target / resistance. Moving on, NIO is down 7.58% because of this. So NIO announced this proposed offering of new shares. Looks like around 118 million. So that's not all that great, and which is rather odd because the company itself did state that they weren't going to be doing any layoffs yesterday. So during the recent earnings, they did state that they're going to be cutting costs and doing what needs to be done. But then yesterday they revert that and just say, nope, we're not going to be laying off, and now they're diluting. So I feel like this is a very bad chain of events, and it makes NIO's management look just not really all that bright, unfortunately. But shorts already are increasing 1.91 million shares this morning. 13.61% of the free float is being shorted. Works to be 197.19 million shares overall are being shorted. Key points to watch for with it at $3.90. It is trading between this S2 and this S3, so $3.92 is going to be that key point that you really want to get over today. Flip side, $3.50 will be a strong support. So not all that great in news, unfortunately. So let me know your general thoughts on that in the comments below. Aside from that, ticker IBO, they are up slightly. No news, no SEC filings. I think it's just based on what has happened over the last couple of trading days, as it has a huge run up, pullback, consolidation. I think this is just more on a technical recovery, so that's why it is up slightly. It's not heavily shorted. Even this morning, shorts are returning 65,000 shares. 2.57% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 132.42 million shares overall are being shorted. So this one isn't a squeeze play, of course. But if you're looking at trading it with at $2.45, trading right above this R2, so $2.42 is going to be that key point that you really want to watch for it to hold today. Flip side, 283 is going to be the next strong target / resistance. GM is down 6 point something %, and that's because of the tariffs, auto tariffs. Not good. Even though if you kind of think about it, GM should do fairly well based on where they do produce it, right? Because anything outside of the States is going to get hit with the tariff. So logically, Toyota, Honda, those ones will be hit even worse. But I think it's just the general what this is going to mean for consumers. A lot of analysts over the last 2 weeks have been warning, hey, all these tariffs are going to result in a weakening consumer, and honestly, I think this is representation of that. Even though essentially that tariff, like I said, is somewhat good for GM, it just clearly the market thinks it's just, I don't know, not all that great. Shorts are increasing 1.1 million shares. This isn't a squeeze play on a side note, but them increasing that amount pre-market is kind of crazy. 3.09% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 30.65 million shares. So shorts are increasing their position by almost 4% this morning. So again, just for clarity, not a squeeze play, but still, it's they're going to play a very big part in that today. But with that 47 and change, it is trading between these 2 points, so this pivot and this S1. So 46.62 is going to be a strong support. Flip side, 48.34 is going to be the next strong target / resistance. In my opinion, I feel like it will get, like it'll kind of move higher and recover to this pivot point of this 48.34. Given the circumstances, I don't see it justified to be above that, but if you're looking for a quick swing trade, that might kind of work out. And then last but not least, ticker TNON. This one has been on this list for a while because big money loves to trade it, although there hasn't been all that much in news. Same goes for this one right here, that ticker IBO. It is just following the technicals. So it kind of had a breakout consolidation, then it kind of had a secondary run consolidation. So I think right now this 2.48% in the green is just a blip. So just kind of tread with caution. I do feel it might piggyback off the broader fear and get dragged down, but it is heavily shorted. So 37.62% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 1.17 million shares. Shorts are increasing 287,000 shares this morning, which does represent a 32.45% increase. So shorts are really saying F it, tired of this BS, and they're going to just double the hell down. So it's not all that great in for news. With that $2.52, it is trading between this S2 and this S3. So even though shorts are increasing their position by 30%, like the stock price is still green, so that's kind of a good thing. So $2.72 will be that next strong target, so just watch for that, followed by $3.33. So the high for yesterday was $3.20. So again, just kind of take note of some of the strong support and resistance points. Aside from that, $1.73 is going to be the next strong support. I don't see that being touched. So overall, just kind of watch for some of these points. So let me know your general thoughts on these stocks. Have you been buying? Have you been selling? What's your kind of general thoughts on the actual market? So with all that, appreciate all of you watching. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. And then one final thing, pop over to my Patreon to get buy signals on stocks, options, and crypto. Many of them have been absolutely on point and bangers. Definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.